50 knots and no smoke, come on. It's not even full trigger. It's time to overhaul. I got the Deltaforce 35. I'm going to be changing out my electronics. Taking the 4060 2000 kV motor out, the offshore electrics 150, and replacing it with a 4060 2050 kV and a fly color 150. Now I have a cat pack for the fly color. So basically that's the same ESC is going back in the boat, and basically the same motor, different KVs, different name brand on the ESCs, but basically the same ESC. I've got to replace a couple bearings in this motor. This motor's 2.5, 3 years old. This ESC is also 2 years old. So I'm going to take it out, probably use this ESC on the Blackjack 24 build, and probably end up putting the motor back in if it's once I get the bearings in the mail and stuff. So yeah, we're going to put the cat pack on, the fly color, and basically make it an offshore electric. This thing's got a lot of hours on it. A lot of hot runs, I had this thing up to, I know it's got a bad bearing in it. I know for a fact it's got a bad bearing. I had this motor up to 180 one time, about a year ago. And here recently I've had it in the 160s just about every time I've taken it out the last couple of weeks. So it's time to change the bearings. Hopefully the rotor's good. If not, we'll replace it. And just time to overhaul the electronics. This thing's, I've rode it hard and put it away wet, so to speak. So yeah, check the solder joints on my ESC on the 150. The solder joints look good. I only ran that boat for 10 minutes or so, not even, in the rain, and it got up to 98 degrees. So it's either, it could be in these connectors as well. I gotta take those out. But it's either, I actually did a continuity test on it, so the phases are all good. I actually did I put the drill test, tested it on AC with my multimeter, with the motor spun up with the drill, and all of them came out the same. So I know this ESC is not enough power for this TP motor. I know that. I need to get like a ZTW Seal 300 for this motor, or oh man, there's flyers. Those big flyer 400 amp ESCs would be perfect choice for that TP 4060. So that this motor's never really run hot. This 4060, I've had this motor and this ESC in that boat for 2.5 years, and it's got lots and lots of hours of run time on it. So I'm thinking the ESC might be going bad, the caps are going bad, the magnets could have like come loose in there, or it could have gotten so hot that it actually changed the magnetization in there in the rotor, and actually made a higher kV on this motor. This is a 1900 kV motor. Once your motor gets so hot, it will actually demagnetize your rotor, and once that happens, it'll basically change the kV of your motor, so you won't get as much torque out of your motor. And the motor will actually test fine when you demagnetize the poles. A lot of times, if you didn't completely demagnetize it, it'll run fine, but you just won't have as much power. Like I said, the ESC, the caps could have been swollen, can start swelling, or I could have just weakened the whole ESC period, but it still performs as it should. It's just getting hot because of all the excessive heat that I've put on it. like I said, this ESC is not a perfect choice for a motor of this size. It's a great budget ESC, and that's why I'm running it. 50 bucks. You can't beat the performance from these ESCs for $50. I just don't have $300 to go spend on a brushless ESC at the moment. So hopefully later on we'll be able to upgrade it. I've bought boats instead of just buying an ESC for the boat. I was thinking about getting the ZTW Seal 300 for it, but I decided to buy the Blackjack 42. I think I made a good choice. Limitless is for sale. I'll put in the comments if it's sold already or not, but it's for sale. I want to get a bigger ESC for this boat. It's just a roller. I got the wheels for it. Everything that came with it goes with it. For the Blackjack 24, I'm going to use this 3650 on the 24 with the old 150. We'll see if we get heat issues. That should be a perfect pair. I can't run this motor on 6S with this ESC. I'm probably going to just run it on 3 or 4S because it's going to exceed our max RPM limit. So that's going to be a good pair for the Blackjack 24. Like I said, it's not quite enough power for the TP4060. It gets the job done. I've gotten in the 70s with this boat on this setup right here. So let's look at the caps. Let's see if they're damaged or swollen compared to the flag color, which is basically the same ESC. So see that cap right there? It might be just corrosion on the top, but the actual cap looks like it's delaminating on the side right here. I feel a little flange there. So it's gotten hot. I think this ESC got in the 180s one time. I think it was like the hottest it's ever been. 180, 185, 183. The wires always get hot because this motor is pulling so much power from this ESC, and it's just like draining this ESC of its power. So that's definitely not a good pair. It works good together and you get pretty good speeds. You just can't run the boat for a long period of time. You've got to let it sit when you're doing speed runs. Now running the boat around on 6S, just medium trigger, medium high trigger every now and then. This setup here is actually great for that. You just can't do back-to-back passes, full trigger, full tilt, 50 knots and no smoke, So we're gonna get the cap pack installed. I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit on these ESCs, just kind of go over it a little bit with you guys, because I don't want you guys to go get this setup because it's actually not a perfect setup. It's not a perfect setup for your boat. All right, she's looking good. She's looking good. Got the cooling run, motor jacket on. I think this motor jacket cools this motor down better than this generic jacket. This is a Hobby Star cooling jacket. It's actually closer to the can than this generic jacket. I think the more water that's in the water jacket, the less cooling and slower moving it is. So I think closer water jackets that's closer to the can actually cool your motor better. I got my new Esc mount that I came up with. If you guys want to check out that video, go to my channel, check out the vertical Esc mount that I come up with. It's supposed to help cooling, has an extra fin on there for cable consolidation. I mounted my cat pack on the fin. Hopefully the fin helps cool the ESC down just a little bit more, better heat dissipation. So this ESC with the TP4060, this style ESCs always ran like in the 120s, 130s, in that neighborhood, always, and full speed, full trigger, full pegged out. She gets even higher. But it's gonna be hot regardless. This setup's gonna be hot regardless of the fin I put, the mount I put on there. This setup's gonna be hot regardless. But I figured anything I could do to help cool this motor down. I might even run both of my cooling from the rudder to the ESC and make like a blast pickup for the for the motor. So she's gonna run hot, I can tell you that before I even take it out. And it gives me a better angle of attack for my wires, plugging my wires into the battery. So she's all done. She's all done. Just kind of breathe some new life into this boat. Yeah. Getting a couple propellers balanced up. Ooh, that thing's got some power. So I'm gonna put my X450 on. This is a low left propeller, great for this mono. It's kind of big, so you know, you have to watch the heat. I've also modded out my rudder, since this is not a good pair for this boat. I've been thinking about modding this rudder for a long time. I've been thinking about doing this on any of my boats. I've been contemplating and how I'm going to do it, so I've actually just went ahead and did it. I did some aluminum weld on my rudder blade, and you see how it's kind of domed like a little pocket. Try to catch more water. It might create a little bit of drag, but I don't mind. I don't mind that. I've got it kind of grinded down to a low profile look. It's very hydrodynamic. If it creates too much drag, I might drill like a pinhole in the back, maybe 2 or 3 pinholes in the back of the pocket to disperse some of the water that doesn't go up into the rudder to cool the motor down. But that's just my idea. I don't recommend that to anybody. I've actually just tried it out one time. I had a lot of flow coming out of my my boat here, but just testing this theory out. I've just been kind of tinkering around with the idea for quite some time now, like I said. So finally did it. But she's ready to go. She is ready to go. Golly, that thing's got some torque. The 42 Blackjack and the 35 Deltaforce out at the lake. Gonna do a quick speed pass with the GPS M447, see what the Blackjack will do, and then I'll put the GPS in the Deltaforce and just see if there's any kinks that need to be worked out. Just have some fun on this hidden gem of a pond. All right, got her zeroed out. Got the Blackjack 42.
Okay.
All right, going with the wind.
Is this how far you went?
Yeah. Are you videoing?
Yeah.
Can you keep up with it like that?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see her speed. Alright, 50 mile an hour, 7S. Let's clear it out. In case it flipped. She's running good. A couple of high-speed runs. Now I'll let her cool down a little bit. A little slow pass. Always good to do a couple cool down passes. My wife's got the Blackjack, and I got the Deltaforce. Man, that Deltaforce is running, though. Sorry about the wind, a little windy today. You can see the ripples on the water. Here, let's go. Let's do ovals. I'll follow you. It's not even full trigger. It's not even full trigger. So she's gonna play around with the Blackjack. I'm gonna hand the camera over to her. I'm going to take the Deltaforce out and check temperature, since we just put a new motor, new ESC in. A lot of different components, a lot of different things that can go wrong. Solders. You know, you always want to check your boat after a few runs when you put new electronics in. I mean, even though I put basically the same electronics in this boat, you still got to check electronics. All right, let's see what kind of temps we got on the Deltaforce. Gave it a couple of almost full trigger pulls. Couldn't get it up full trigger because she's fast. All right, so 140, 109 on the motor. So the motor's cool. The wire's 113. 141 on the ESC. I've definitely got to invest in an ESC, y'all. Definitely. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, I was giving it hell, really. Let's see what the ESC. Let's see. So 56 on this guy here. Not even full trigger. 56 on the Deltaforce. No, X450. It's a big prop. It's got good acceleration. The top end's not that great on this, with this prop on this boat. And I'm working on balancing a couple of my good props for this thing. So once I get them balanced, sharpened, and all that good stuff, we'll get some good props on here. See if we can get some good runs in. Damn, my boat's not working. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? My boat ain't working. I had the wrong remote. Oh boy, what y'all gonna do with Big B? There we go, that's more like it. All right, get it out that corner. Whew. She had a little time to cool down. And I figured that extra cooling would help with this ESC, that little domed rudder I showed you guys. Figured that would help. Okay, let's do some ovals. Pretty boats. Wind blowing this way. Woo. got a big prop on it. That's why she's wanting the catwalk. I just want to see what the temperatures are with this big propeller. Then I kind of know I know this is my extreme for this boat. Put some buoys out here. Alright, so we're basically gonna call it a video. I've got a power cut on this one. The batteries are dead on the blackjack, so we're gonna end it there. Let's see what kind of speed we got for this Deltaforce, the second round out. 132 again on the ESC, and the motor's cool. The motor's running cool. So 148 on the caps. 132. I mean, that's high temperature, but it's within operating range. It's within operating range. Let's get a voltage. Let's check the voltage. Heat cut and just the power cut. Yep. 3.6, 3.6, 3.6. I think I got it set on 3.6 for my LVC. So the batteries are dead, and that's gonna call it a video. Hold on, I forgot to do the GPS. Oh yeah, so 53 on the GPS, didn't push it as hard as that first run. We had 56 on the first run. Temperatures are about the same, 130, 98 on the motor, 130 on the ESC. 3.6 is my voltage cutoff. We got 3.6 on the batteries. So we're gonna call it a day basically. Just wanted to revive this boat, put a little new life in it. I've had the temperatures up really high on that Offshore Electrics ESC. I've had it in this boat for 2 years, like I said. Just wanted to breathe some new life in this thing. 50 knots and no smoke, come on. So thank you guys for watching Ironclad RC, channel where we tinker, test, and tune everything RC. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good. Big B with Ironclad RC. We'll see you guys next time.